Okay guys, so welcome to part 2 now. It's been a few hours later. I just kind of, ears are wanting to pop too for some reason, but they won't. So yeah, I guess I didn't, well I did, I had to spray some WD-40 on the wheels. That one wheel was squeaky, as you guys heard it. Well, she was really squeaking when I was pulling her up into the garage there, and I just sprayed some WD-40 on it. And then I sprayed some WD-40 on the, the platform thingy that holds the weights or whatever. Yeah, so I have the welder here, and I didn't have to mod it or anything. I probably would mod it a little bit, but God, my ears are just why they want to, they feel like they're under pressure. I don't know why. So now this thing does have flat tires still, unless one of you guys come up with an idea. You guys might have already done that in part 1, but yeah, so it's on there. I guess it fits on there pretty good. It's not tied down. I probably would tie it down, for like safety. I don't really have anything. I was thinking about maybe using this stuff here, but I'm kind of like, oh, that's a waste. And my welder's not going to really be on this a lot anyway, right? So, ears. So when I run to the hardware, I may pick up like some chain. I do have some chain here. I have this stuff, but I plan on using this here for something. That's a little bit overkill. And then I got this stuff, but that's way too thin. So I need something in between. And then I need to be able to run a bolt through it. So, or something. But anyways, this is what I did. And it's honestly not too bad. The wheels don't really go flat. They do go flat. Like if you try to make a tight turn, the tires kind of end up, twisting on you a little bit. I've always had that problem. I put it this way, obviously, so I can open my door, and I don't have a problem with that. As you can see, the only problem that I'm having right now, which I guess wouldn't be too bad, is I don't have a place, obviously, for my work or my welding gloves and my helmet. I don't really have a special spot for them. So I guess I could just throw it on top, pretty much. And as you can see, the wiring here, I don't really have a special place for it. This is the ground. That actually fits on there pretty good. So the ground is here, the power is here, and then the welding wire is back here. Okay. Who the hell's coming now? Someone was coming. Unless it was an airplane. I don't know. My ears are... Oh, there was someone coming. Okay. My ears are extremely under pressure for some fucking reason, and I can't figure it out. So, I guess they'll pop when they're ready to pop then, but... yeah, it fits on there pretty good. Now, you guys are going to say... why don't you just get a welding cart? I do plan on getting one. It's just that the one I'm looking for is going for about $250 on Northern Tools, so or a little bit less than $250. I'm going to try to get it maybe when there's a sale, but in other words, this is just going to get me by, for the next, well, I guess for however long I need this setup. So I do plan on getting a welding cart at some point. It's just that I'm not really a big fan of having to leave my my welder out in the garage, let's say, um, in the cold. I mean, yeah, I suppose the cold won't really hurt it, but it's another thing too is I got cats in my garage, and I don't really want them pissing over. Yeah, I can get a cover for that, and I think the cover goes all the way down to the bottom of the cart, but I'm afraid the cats are still going to be able to find a way up and over it. So, and they're going to sit on it, right? So, yeah, I don't know. This actually works not too bad. I actually do want to get some practice welding going. Which I'm going to try to use the GoPro. Hopefully the GoPro will work. And I'm actually going to try to weld to some of this. Now this is not going to stay on the welder, but we'll just put it there for right now so we don't lose it, so forget it. But I was thinking about doing a couple of mods already. I was thinking about welding a couple of ears, to get the ground wire more out, get the power wire out, and then actually the gun could actually just stay right here where it is. But I think it's okay. So, I mean, it doesn't go anywhere, and you do have to put your foot on the back thing. It's hard to tip it forward then, or tip it back. I mean, if it's, and I didn't have to weld anything underneath. I was thinking I would have to weld some extensions on the bottom side, just to keep the welder from, say, wanting to flop forward. But I don't really have to, but I want to put a safety chain on to the grab handle and then just to this here support thingy. Just so it can't get the idea of wanting to tip forward if it should. If someone should want to tip this back real fast, they won't be able to do that. But overall, it works. I wheeled it out here, obviously, so it wheels pretty good. Even though it's got flat tires. I knew that wasn't going to stay, but yeah, you can wheel it around and it stays. It's not a problem. She's a little bit top heavy now, or whatever, because of the weight of the welder, but yeah, so it will need a safety chain put on it, but I'm gonna have to order a piece from the hardware, just so I don't, so just so the welder can't tip over or whatever. But yeah, this is honestly not too bad. I would have liked the welder higher up, but this thing isn't going to allow that, and I don't have a welding cart, so this will get me by. I think this costed me nothing. This was completely free, because I bought the welder many years ago, or a few years ago, and we've had the dolly for most of my life anyway. We've had it. We got it from the neighbor, and they didn't want it. We also actually got the yellow trailer from the neighbor too. They didn't want it, so they didn't want it anymore. So we took it from them, and yeah. So this dolly is what's going to transport my welder around. I mean, yeah, I'm definitely not going to be ever coming back here with it. Well, not until I get some actual power back here. But from the garage to my bedroom, or to downstairs, or wherever I decide to put it, I don't have to carry it. It's a lot easier to wheel it than it is to carry it, because this is a heavy welder. I'm guessing this is pushing well over 100 pounds. It's just a heavy son of a bitch. So, but I can tell you one thing. I probably won't be. Well, I'm gonna maybe be keeping the welder, but I am gonna get a bigger welder later on. I'm going with a Miller. This was just a cheap Chinese welder, well, some Northern Tools, but it's been a good welder for what I've been using it for so far, even though I've never really put it to the test. Never got to run it hard, but it will do the jobs that I needed to do, and it's actually going to have another job here pretty soon. We're going to be welding that gate. We're going to be making a gate, and I'm going to need my welder for that, so I wasn't going to bolt it all together, but that's what those two pieces are going to be for down there. I'm going to test weld those and just see how it does on the welder, and see if I can get the settings correct without having to burn right through it. But the next welder that I'm getting will be coming from Miller, and that will have its own wheels and everything on it. So yeah, I'm looking at a fairly big one. I know I'm going from a tiny little welder to a giant welder, but you know what? I mean, I haven't had enough welding experience to want to go to a bigger welder. It's the point that I know that I'm going to probably want to get heavier into the welding, and I'm simply not going to be able to do it on this little welder. So, and Miller welders are just known to last a long time, and you know, I don't know what I'll do with this one. I may keep this one for, I don't know, really, because if I put power back here, then I'm going to probably have most likely my big welder back here. And if I need to do welding up at the garage, the new welder will be on wheels. And if I have to, I can load it into my dump cart there and haul it with that if I have to, you know, or if I have to go to the farm with the welder. The only problem there, though, is at the farm we don't have any 230 volt plug-ins as far as I know at the farm, but we certainly do have 120. So that's another reason to keep this welder. So if we do need to do some light welding there, this welder can go there. Unless the part can come here and I can weld it with my big welder, but you know. So, but that's the plans anyway. I do plan on upgrading the welder, and it's going to be a hell of an upgrade, that's for sure. It's going to cost me, well, if I order it on, from what Miller's website says, they're wanting about $1,900 for it. And I think they will ship, so that'll probably cost me quite a bit for shipping. But you can go, you know, to any welding supply store, and they'll probably sell them there as well, so it'll probably save you on shipping. But I don't have a vehicle that can haul that big welder, so, and unfortunately I have to have it trucked in, so, by either UPS or FedEx or however they want to do it. So, but yeah, I do plan on upgrading the welder. But I don't know what I'll do with this. I'll either end up keeping it for a backup welder or for light welding work, or you know, or at the farm welding, or I may sell it to someone that may want it, either around here or someone over. Well, if I sell it over the internet, well, that might be a pain in the ass. I don't know if I even sell it. We'll sell it online because it'll end up costing me more than what the damn thing's worth. You know, probably $100 or $200 in just shipping the son of a cocksucker. So, I may just end up selling it to someone around here, locally. See if anyone's interested. It's, like I said, it's a good little welder if for, you know, beginners. So, I'm still somewhat a beginner because I haven't even put on probably an hour's worth of welding time yet. Because of what I have been welding has only been this big, you know. And there's been a few times I've welded some scrap metal and whatnot, but that scrap metal is that's actually too thick, the stuff that I have been welding to. So it was actually overkill for the welder. The Miller welder could weld that, no problem, but not this little one. So, but that's the new setup for right now for this welder. I'm probably going to maybe attempt to get the GoPro going, and I may do some welding. So I got to make sure that my helmet will still work and whatnot. But yeah, because I can, you know, another thing too is that I can still, like, let's say if the outlet's on this wall, let's say, just have this end, because that's where the power cord is. You see that it's still got the plastic on it. you would just put that ass end towards your outlet, and then this is your working end. And you just put that towards the piece, you know, that you're working on. So it works out pretty damn good that way. And I had to put it this way because I got the door. So, but yeah, I will be getting I don't even know if I will. I might get a cart for this, but I don't know if I really should, because if I'm just going to turn around and spend, you know, $2,500 on a welder, I might as well not even put any more money into this, you know. So, the problem is that I am going to have to hire a electrician, and they will have to wire in 230 volt in my garage. And while they're doing that, they can actually fucking get this shop powered up and ready to go too. They can put a plug back here as well, because it'll give them more of a reason to show up, you know. I tried to get them down here for just trying to get power put in this thing, and they kind of refused to do it. So I figured, well, if I have them do it up there too, in here, it'll make it maybe more worth their while, because they have multiple things to do, and they could probably look at that outlet in the back of the house too. That one that doesn't really, it works, but it doesn't seem that it won't take the load of my shop. So, but yeah, so that's the new welder setup for right now. I know it's kind of cheesy and dumb looking, but you know what? It gets the job done, and that's all that matters. Because I don't want to have to carry it, because it really is a heavy son of a bitch, and I don't like it. So, yeah, we'll probably end up doing a little bit of welding tonight, or whatever time it is now. What time is it now anyway? 5:50. So, should be getting welding here pretty soon. And I think I'll be mowing probably Monday or Tuesday. My grass is kind of, it's grown a little bit since the last time I mowed. And I just mowed like a couple days ago or something. So, you know, it's just gonna grow quick. So, but yeah, that's the welder setup for now, guys. I know it's just cheap and cheesy, but fuck it, it works, and it breaks, and I can't break my back. And it works, and it keeps everything a little bit cleaner, and I can still put my plastic baggie over this when I'm done. I won't even, I don't know. I'm not sure how, I don't know if I'm going to take it back off the cart when I'm done, or if I'm just going to leave it on the cart now. I don't know. Or the dolly, whatever they call this. I just call it a dolly, but it's whatever you guys want to call it. Because if I leave it on here, this is not going to fit in my closet. So it'll have to go downstairs, which is where I don't really want it to go. But I guess if I know if it's going to flood, I'm going to have to bring it up then. Bring it upstairs. And I don't want to leave it back here in the workshop either. So, you know. But yeah, that works pretty good. The clamp just fits right on there, and the gun's back here or whatever. And the power cord's right here. So it's all, you know, somewhat up there. I don't have to bend over as much. So that's the way she goes. So, but that'd be nice, I think. That will make it a hell of a lot nicer on me, I think. But yeah, I'm going to try welding to those pieces there. I guess just to see how the welds go. And, yeah. I didn't really want to have to weld to that, but fuck it. That's why I'm not going to make big major welds, because if I do need those parts, those pieces, because these pieces are actually for my garage door. Because right now it's being held up there with wood, and if the wood should fail, then I need to put these pieces on. So, yeah. So that's what we'll do. We'll weld that. I'll probably try to get the GoPro going. The GoPro's been kind of a dink, so haven't really been using it no heck of a lot. So we'll see how she goes. We'll test out the new welder setup here and see if I like it or not. And yeah, the only other thing I want now is a welding table. So I may have to make one Not sure what I would make it out of, but I don't know, we'll think of something. Probably just end up welding it all together as well. So I don't know. I might even just make it out of this same shit again, right here. Just maybe get like a heavier grade or something, thicker metal, and just weld it. You know, because I don't think I need a huge welding table. Not for what I'm probably going to end up welding. And if I end up welding anything bigger than that, well, then it's obviously going to be on a piece of machinery or something, because, or it's just going to have to get welded right there on the floor then. But I think we'll be okay. So for now, anyway. But yeah, this didn't take too long at all, and I had to wait a few hours because I did spray WD-40 on the bearing, or not the bearings, but where the wheels spin on the shaft, and then where the welder's sitting on that little platform. I sprayed that with WD-40 because it was rusted, and I took the wire brush to it, and then I sprayed it with WD-40 to clean it a little bit. And it did remove a little bit of rust, but there's still going to be rust there. But it should stop the rust from wanting to go further in. So, but anyway, guys, I'm going to probably take off, and then eventually here you guys will be seeing a welding video. Because I'm going to want to probably weld now a little bit and play around with my welder. And I did pick up a metal thickness gauge too, but it's from Miller, so it's probably not very accurate to what this welder is, but it gives me a general idea. But yeah, that's the new setup. I'll give you guys a little bit far away shot here, I guess. I don't know if that matters. But that's what she'll look like. You know, and it costed me nothing. So, that's the new welding dolly cart thingy, whatever you want to call it. I think it'll work. It'll work for now. Because obviously, like I said, I do plan on getting a bigger welder later on. And I won't be using this welder much anymore afterwards. Unless we got to go to the farm and do some welding. And this is only just a flex cord welder. You can't run gas on this. I know on the Miller ones you can. I'm probably just going to end up running flex on that as well until I find a place where I can buy gas for the welder. Because I think gas is a little bit better than flex cord, but that's what I'm running in this welder now anyways, flex cord wire, because that's all you can run. And this is 0.35 wire, so I got a 2-pound spool on there, and I've had that on there for a couple of years now, and I just don't do a lot of welding, right? So, but I do have some big pieces of metal up at the yard or two that I can weld on, weld the crap out of it. I did grind it down, but I'll have to maybe wire brush it again and try to re-weld to it for fun, But yeah, that'll work, guys. I think that will work quite well for now, anyways. And I don't have to carry it really anymore, so that's gonna be awesome. I freaking like that. So, but that's a good thing we had the dolly laying around, but we didn't use it much. We haven't even touched this dolly for about 2 years. We normally do use it a little bit here and there, at least once or twice a year, to move big flower pots and stuff like that around. If they're, because sometimes they're a bit too big and heavy to carry. So we just shove them on here on the dolly, and then that's it. But I gave the dolly a new job, and fuck, I think she'll do it fine. So anyways, guys, I'm going to take off, and I guess we'll get welding here, and I guess we'll see how the welder does. And I mean, we know how the welder will do, but we'll just see how I feel about this setup. I think I'll like it, but we'll have to see. So, alrighty, guys, I'm going to take off, so I guess I'll see. Yeah, I fucked that up, didn't I? Yeah, so anyways, guys, I'm going to take off, so I guess have a good day and stuff. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.